Hi, kids, and welcome to 4G1G. I'm Quincy,
I'm Zip.
I'm Sista.
I'm Mac.
And I'm Nate.
and we're here to answer your questions.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're talking about Veggietales.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, Veggietales. I mean, I really. How many people do you think know about this show? I mean, it's got to be. It's extremely popular, right?
Everyone, I'm willing to bet.
At least everyone has to know about it.
Oh yeah, ideally, like assuming most people our age, right?
Yeah. So, this show is obviously we were growing up in church. You guys probably already know about that. So this is a show that we watch, that our parents had us watch all the time to learn Bible lessons and Bible stories, and it's great and it's fantastic. And yeah, we love this show. So we decided why not go ahead and talk about it, reminisce about it. You know what I mean? So, and out of all of us who watched it, yeah, Quincy loves this show. He watches it most regularly out of all of us. And, yeah, I'll turn it over to you.
True, very true. But something to highlight here is that our parents specifically made sure to buy, starting with the tapes for it, the VHS tapes for it, when we were very, very young. And then started getting the DVDs for it as well. And that's how we became acquainted with it. And since then, it's been a very prominent staple of our childhoods, not only for the zany characters and stories, but also for the lessons that these stories provide for us, and help us to carry forward.
That's right, Quincy.
What did you call what did you call like the main thing of what we're talking about here with Veggietales?
Nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia.
There are a lot of adults who reminisce about their watching Veggietales and how much they still love it. So I just thought that the theme of nostalgia would be good to pair with Veggietales because it's pretty much like everything about it is just memorable, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it just, everything about it is, it's kid friendly, yet adults can appreciate it too, you know, because it's very realistic in a way with the way that they
It's so clever. It's just
very
so
clever in the way that they put in the the themes and the meanings. Like, it doesn't treat the children like they're stupid because kids aren't stupid.
Uh-huh.
You know.
I think it kind of does something that's similar to that what Phineas and Ferb does, where it's for kids, specifically for kids, but adults are able to enjoy it as well. Like one example that comes to mind for Veggietales, I can't remember which episode it is. I think it's the Viking one where Junior Asparagus is out in the ocean, and then Bob Grape is about to send him like a life raft. It's like what's his name? Quincy?
Lyle.
Don't worry, Lyle. Help is on the way! And then he looks over and he turns out the life raft is still there. And he's like, huh? What'd I throw? And it turned out it was one of the thieves. I remember when I saw that for the first time, like just a couple years ago, I was burst out laughing. I think I started crying laughing too, actually.
I'm looking
Through
at
a child.
One of the perils of having no visible arms.
Oh, that's a good point. Like, for example, I'm looking at the funny page for Veggietales on TV Tropes, and this stuff is just so dang funny. Like, for his cheeseburger, for example, it says here at the end of it, when Archibald was wondering, like, what Mr. Lunt was doing with singing that song, Archibald said, "I thought you were going to sing about growing up in Connecticut." Announcer, this has been Love Songs with Mr. Lunt. Tune in next time when Mr. Lunt says...
I grew up in New Jersey.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
It's so clever. It's so simple.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
And humor
New
is
Jersey, are you mad?
humor is hard to do. We should talk a little bit about how this Christian children's media broke out of the niche of being lame and bad.
And
why Veggietales is just so good and it stands out.
Yeah, because, I mean, we didn't watch a lot. It was mostly Veggietales for us.
We don't have a lot of experience with anything else exactly. But some of the few that we have watched won't be named here.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember.
I do remember I don't remember a lot of them, but the main thought that I kept wondering even as a kid was, why isn't this like Veggietales?
Yeah,
or
the
why isn't this like the Prince of Egypt?
Yeah, I think you got like a cartoon for Jonah at one point actually, and I do remember wondering. I mean, this is a little different. I think we watched the Veggietales version a little more.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah.
That was the source. That was the foundation that we had for it. And not to mention the standard that we compare a lot of other depictions of Jonah against.
I still do, honestly.
Yeah, and I remember that there was, in a similar vein, there's also one cartoon featuring Jericho and the
Yeah.
the wall, and there's another having to do with Joseph and the coat of many colors.
Yeah.
Both of which, for one, me personally, I ended up comparing the Jericho one to the one from Veggietales, which I liked more.
So good.
I ended up comparing the Joseph and the coat with many colors one to Joseph King of Dreams,
Oof.
which I also liked more.
Yeah, I mean, those other ones are just, it's masterclass in writing, you know, including with the Jericho one, that like the songs just bang us.
Yeah.
You know?
How did
It was
the
like
song go with the
Veggietales.
Jericho one?
That depends. Which one?
There are multiple songs,
French
of course.
peas one, which is a Monty Python reference.
What, with them
Yeah,
standing on
with them
top of the wall,
standing on
shouting
top of
shouting insults down
But
at the
it's
invading
never gonna
party.
fall! That one.
Keep walking. Oh yes,
Keep
that's
Walking
a great one.
is such a good one.
Wait, so was that what the French?
Keep walking. Keep
Keep
walking.
walking.
I don't remember the lyrics.
But it's never gonna fall!
It's
like
plain
they're-
to see your brains are very small to think walking will be knocking down our wall.
Right. It's just
Wow,
it's
that is
good.
really that is so condescending. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I mean, they're literally on a wall looking down on them. It's about as condescending as you can get.
Yeah, but the fact that they have songs in every episode, that's a large reason. Like, songs they wrote in every episode, that's another large reason of why it probably connects with kids and parents, because who doesn't love a good song?
Phineas and Ferb.
right?
It's like the same
exactly,
thing.
Phineas and Ferb. People like musicals. Like, that's just a fact, you know?
I think another thing that kind of helped, interestingly enough, you said that this is the first show that used CGI. Is that right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of,
that's
it's like not even like one of the first. It's like basic. When was it released?
Is the first.
1993.
Oh, and so here's some tech stuff.
Feels so old.
I think like stuff like Beast Wars, the Transformers thing was released in like 1995. I don't remember when Reboot was released.
1994.
So yeah, so again, I was one of the first ones to do that, and but it's pretty interesting when I stop and think about it. How despite the animation in like the first one having that super charming stepped sort of look to it, it visually looks a tad more distinct than the other things with like again Beast Wars or Reboot. I don't know what it is, but then again I don't know what sort of computers they were using and what sort of software did they have for first. Was it what was it called?
Soft Image, which they affectionately nicknamed Lumpy.
Lumpy.
Aw, that's cute.
Is that like because of the textures, like the way it sort of looked?
Had to be.
Must have been. You know, something that was, for some reason, when I was younger, I felt offended by this. When I think about the older VeggieTales DVDs or the stories that we watched versus the later ones, that Larry's speech impediment was completely dropped, and I just felt like I was going insane because I kind of liked his lisp, but you know, then it was just gone,
Well-
and I didn't know where it went.
Now I'm starting to think maybe the reason why they dropped that is because Mike Nowacki didn't want to have to do a whole bunch of songs with doing, and not only in the Larry voice but also with a lisp, which is I guess an added impediment.
Why did they have the lisp in the first place?
Because he
Well,
was
the
basing
teeth.
because he was basing Larry's voice off of the voice that he did for one of the characters in one of the puppet shows that he and Phil did.
I did not. I
That's
didn't know
excellent.
that.
Okay, Quincy watched a lot of behind the scenes before.
So you know, like all the trivia and that sort of, and all those bells and whistles.
I think one reason why they also stopped the lisp was because of the fact that he already had a very distinctive high voice. I can't even imitate it. Quincy, can you imitate it?
I actually need a
Just a-
specific line.
Everybody
Imitated.
wants a baby kangaroo. Yours is pink, but mine is blue. Da-da-da-da-da.
But he already has a very distinctive voice with the high pitchedness.
Yeah. Let's
So
see.
I don't. So you know, he only had room for one gimmick. So he's either the lisp or the high voice. You know.
Well, it wasn't that
That's
high
my-
to start out with. It was
Oh,
more,
yeah, that's right.
It was more low and dopey,
It was
as
low
Mike
and
put
dopey,
it.
yeah, and then it got higher with time.
And the
And-
lisp was eventually phased out.
Yeah.
The last time you could hear this in his voice was actually in the Lyle the Kindly Viking episode, but it was a lot less audible than it was in earlier episodes.
That's true. Very true. But yeah, I did feel robbed for a while. I got over it, of course. But and I do like his newer voice better, I must say. He adapted it extremely well, and I do have to practice my Larry voice.
I think you'd be able to do it very well.
I
Better
used-
than us, that's for sure.
Well, you guys, you have deeper man voices. I'm sure Mike Naraki does too, and somehow he was able to get his voice to that pitch.
It's
you
like
know?
it's
No,
like Dan
not-
Povenmire, who's
Where it's
able
like-
to sing with the Doofenshmirtz
Well,
voice.
it's multiple.
No cucumber could ever sound different.
Who
you know?
else did Phil Vischer and Mike Nowacki play? Most of the cast, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's so cool. That's just
And-
so cool to me.
The fact that they are able to do all these different voices for all these different characters while making sure that they're all audible, that they're all distinct from each other.
Well, who played Junior Asparagus?
Phil Fisher's
Fisher's
wife.
Oh,
Lisa
Whoa,
Fisher.
really?
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah.
Hit the deck.
What was the thing? The story that.
That's genius. She's really good.
Yeah.
I thought they had an actual kid doing that
What's
voice.
the story with Phil Vischer and his wife when her becoming Junior?
Well, when he was doing the voice auditions for who would play Junior Asparagus, his wife suggested that perhaps she could audition as well. And this worried Phil a little bit because he was worried that he might have to...
Fire her?
Yes, he was worried that he would have to fire his wife.
That would not be good.
No.
So then she did the voice, and then he realized that that was exactly the voice he was looking for, and so she was hired.
Well, I wonder how she even came up with that voice.
Maybe she spent a lot of time with kids.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true. But how was she able to get her voice at that pitch?
Maybe she showed him the concept art. Maybe they showed her the concept art, and she's like, "Got it."
Yeah, she's locked in.
That does happen sometimes, though, right? It's like when we voice characters from webcomics or
Yeah.
whatever.
But sometimes it takes a while for us to figure out what kind of voice, because we have to kind of go through different voices, see what might fit, and then kind of rework it a bit.
Uh-huh.
And that it's a process, it's a progression, takes a while, but it's always worth it, when you get the right voice in the end.
Right.
Also, on the note of concept art, that was always great to look at on the DVD on the
That was always so
on the
cool.
DVD features. And speaking of which, fantastic DVD menus.
Oh,
yeah,
please!
it's so
Yeah,
great.
like, you remember one of my favorites is the one for Minnesota Cuke. You remember the thing with we were showing the barber and that one random carrot that was sitting in a barber chair while what was remember, was it High So Cat playing on the radio in the background?
Man, I really like that Minnesota Cuke episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, if there are ever any more DVDs, like, was it Blu-ray or just DVDs?
Just DVDs.
Just DVDs that are being made, please just include more creative, features in general?
Just
Or
more
just
features to the main menus
To the
in
main
general.
menu, yeah. And, like, include extras, behind the scenes and stuff like that. Interactive things. Just make it fun, please.
DVDs are out now. Digital.
I mean,
What's in?
Blu-ray's having a resurgence because you can. It's like the meme of that TV host guy whose name I can't remember. The "Let me in" guy.
So Blu-ray is having, it's like rising back up.
Oh yeah, because it's the highest resolution that you can get of something without having to deal with compression.
Yeah, or pirating. So,
Yeah, that too.
Right, we were just talking about Seinfeld with the pirating episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the quality of these DVD menus that you're describing, they're more like the DVD menus that you'd find in the discs for movies, high-end movies no less, where they go into the behind-the-scenes action, they include all of the concept arts and the audio commentary.
My favorites were when they were cooking stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I really like the one for the Christmas episodes.
Oh
That's
yeah,
such a good
yeah.
one.
The little segments in the bonus features where they show how to make cookies.
Yeah,
or
I remember
do
those.
a
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
activity.
I'm-
With
Remember the-
Larry's. Same with 321 Penguins. It was always.
Oh yeah. I remember
It's so weird seeing characters animated in that style, but they have arms and legs and stuff.
It's very.
Yeah, I know,
odd.
right?
Yeah.
I remember the one for the Lord of the Beans mainly. Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
that's
is it
one.
the cookies? in
Yeah.
that?
That's the main one I remember as well. That's what I thought of.
I would always
Yeah.
just go straight
'Cause-
to those,
yeah.
honestly, and then I would watch the other ones, like the drawing tutorials and stuff like that. I remember really liking the drawing tutorial for Princess Fiona. I think it was in
Are you talking about
Fiona's
Duke and the
Shrek.
Great Pie War?
Wait, what was her
The
name?
Great Pie War.
Petunia.
Petunia.
Petunia is close enough.
Oh, no, it's not. My bad.
Same
No, Fiona,
pronunciation.
Petunia, it's the same.
Different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I see why
Well,
you get confused.
They both have red hair.
They also both have red hair and wear green.
Yeah,
So,
right. Wow.
I mean, one is
Okay.
green.
One is green.
mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
wait, aren't they both
both
green?
both are green.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
They have
are
a lot in
they both
common.
are green. Yeah.
And they even wear their hair like in a similar way.
Does Petunia know karate?
Oh, my mind is
Wait,
blown.
how'd that work?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just move on.
But Petunia, yeah, it was in which one? Which
Duke and the Great Pie War.
Duke and the Great Pie War. I really like that one with how to draw these different characters. Very cool.
Hear me out. Human versions of the characters from Veggietales. You could do that, right?
This probably exists. She could definitely do that though.
Why have we never thought about that?
I don't know.
I mean,
It's
I've thought
popped in my
about it
head.
from time to time, but since this is such an integral part of our childhood, I didn't want to consider anything that could possibly do it an injustice.
No, you could do it. He could do it. You could do
Injustice.
it. Maybe I could do it.
We're good artists. Like, come on, we could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this now. The asparagus
Asparagus it.
they
Sorry.
What?
they should probably have afros or something.
Well, we know Art Pagani definitely has one.
Wait,
Who?
The
The
bowling
greatest,
guy.
the greatest bowler who ever rolled a ball.
Oh, right.
It's the
Junior Milk and Plate.
yeah.
what's the how they say
Another
it
really
in
great
20th Century
episode.
Boys about the was it the bowling god or
Well, what do you mean? I forgot what exactly. Are you talking about the Koizumi?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look again, but that's what he called her.
So,
so wait, does the greatest bowler of all time, does he have actual hair?
No,
or-
He's a
he
big-
has those. He has those round.
He's got the
things
asparagus
for
afro.
he
hair.
also has, but
Oh,
isn't his
okay.
skin brown?
No, green.
No,
Is it
it's
also
green.
green? Did I just feel that in my head?
Yeah,
Or I
yes,
just
you
made of
did.
a black guy?
Well, I
asparagus?
thought he looks like Apollo Creed, so
Because he's got the asparagus afro and the mustache. So
I mean-
right. I just feel. I guess my little kid brain just made him brown.
I mean,
painted asparagus brown.
It's not. That's just a tree, though.
which has appeared in the show. Remember in the forgiveness one?
Yeah.
oh,
I
do you mean
remember.
the palm tree?
Yeah, Palmy.
Yeah. Oh, he has such a nice voice. You remember?
No, that was a good
That was so. That was so
No, it was
nice.
a tree again.
Bamboo,
Yeah.
bamboo, bamboo.
And they were
Well,
all.
he was a palm tree,
and they
but
were all friends.
Yeah, no,
Remember?
I was singing the bamboo helicopter.
Didn't they make a helicopter?
Out of
Uh-huh.
bamboo, yeah.
Oh, sick.
They also made a bamboo slingshot and a bamboo
Catapult?
cabins and yeah.
I think it was a catapult.
Yeah, it was a catapult.
I forgot that the tree just kind of
Showed
showed up
up.
at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
and it was
It makes
never
me so
established that
happy
trees
hearing you
could-
forgive each other. It makes me want to sing. Do you mind?
no.
And then the Jamaican music starts, but no one's got a problem with that.
And I love how when we were younger, like now we're just like, where'd he come from? But back then we were like,
tree.
tree.
Singing Coconut Tree, okay.
Yeah, okay. And then we just jammed
How does
to
the
it.
song go again? I don't remember.
You know that in love we can forgive. It is the only way to
Oh,
live.
yeah.
Obey God and see that we can live in harmony.
Harmony.
Okay, yes. Okay, now I remember.
Okay.
That's great.
Thank you, Quitzy.
Yeah,
for
those
that
are the
demo.
coconuts.
I think
that
my
did
The
brain-
coconuts in the
The
background.
coconuts, yeah.
I think I was so focused on that bamboo tree, on that bamboo helicopter that I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, like the
Wasn't
the
this-
way it was made,
Yeah.
it was very well made.
Wasn't this supposed to be like a movie star and that other girl?
Yeah, but they canceled them.
They canceled it.
Also, another great part in that episode was Larry's imagining himself as, what was that
A
again?
Russian icebreaker pilot, Captain Letty. Captain Letty, Russian icebreaker pilot.
And what was it? 2 whales trapped in the ice. And then my favorite part was, Commander Bobolov, come to congratulate Larry for his something. Commander Bobolov.
Yeah.
Bubble.
Actually, I think
They're
about
like-
it, that might be just where some of the best comedy just happens, where it just kind of shows up out of nowhere.
Right, and everyone is pretty serious. Like with how Larry and Bob look with remember when they were in the submarines when they just turned toward each other and you could hear the voiceover. Very
Yeah.
funny.
Like, Captain Letty must free whales. 2 great whales trapped in the ice. But there is problem. A giant iceberg moves between the Letty and the whales. There might not be enough time to go around it. But surely not even Captain Letty is brave enough to smash through this iceberg. No one has ever done such a thing.
Wait a second. Is this
How?
like a Das Boot reference or
What?
It's a movie about submarines.
I mean, it was an ice-breaking boat. not a submarine.
Oh,
but
okay,
it's a similar
the-
principle.
I mean,
here.
and it was also Russian, and Das Boot I think is German. But this gives me like a similar vibe. I mean, this whole episode is a reference to
Gilligan's Island.
It was a reference to Gilligan's Island, so I just sort of assumed. And the previous thing was. Extremely loosely story, very loosely based off of the Grapes of Wrath.
The only thing,
Yeah, like I even remember when we learned about how it works. I was like, this isn't like Veggietales.
you know, the VeggieTales version actually made more sense. Why is it called the Grapes of Wrath? Oh wait, no, that's a Bible. That's a Bible verse, right?
Oh yeah, I mean it's also written by the guy's name? Sinbeck or
Steinbeck.
Steinbeck,
y'all.
Yeah, Steinbeck, y'all. So
Wait,
it's most likely
same guy who wrote Of Mice and Men.
Yes,
that one.
And it also wrote. I can't remember the short story we read in English. I just remember that it ended. It was very bleak. It was like a Coen Brothers thing. But anyway,
Yeah, what was that the one with the boat?
no, that was the one with the desert.
Oh.
With the rattlesnake motifs. It was bad. Anyway, back to Grapes of Wrath.
Let's see.
No, I'm sorry. I was just reading the lyrics to Grapes of Wrath. Like,
We are the grapes of wrath.
we never take a bath. It is our style to seldom smile and never laugh.
We are the
grapes of wrath. So stay out of our path. There's no escape from cranky grapes. We are the grapes of wrath.
That's great.
That's
You
such
know,
a good one.
I don't know why. Whenever with that bit with Pa Grape, I just imagine him with a microphone with the "We are the, we are the."
Jeez, man, I forgot how unpleasant they were.
And this was
They
like
have a song.
the Grape's
It-
first appearance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a great intro.
They have
honestly.
they literally have a song about how they are menaces to society. So I don't know what to tell you. Did the other grapes ever show up in the rest of the show again? Or
I mean, from time to time, with his son Tom showing up the most out of the other 3 family members.
Are all the grapes related?
Yes.
they're the grapes of wrath.
No, I mean all of the grapes in general, like in the show.
What?
There are multiple grapes, right?
No,
Well, we just only see the 4
Oh, right, I got
primarily.
them confused
Pa,
with the peas.
Ma,
Yeah, the peas.
No,
Tom,
no, they're
and Rosie.
Right. Yeah, they're the grapes, green grapes, and then they're the peas. I just got
Yeah.
them confused. Sorry, blasphemy.
Well, wasn't there a whole thing with like the Rumor Weed episode where they tried something new with a whole bunch of extras with a bunch of different vegetables and that sort of thing. But I'm assuming that after that, it's like, okay, that's enough modeling and sculpting. Why don't we just make them peas and carrots?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You see this for the most part in a lot of the crowd scenes that they do in episodes after that.
Wait, dude, isn't there an apple?
What, are you talking
wait,
about in the
wasn't
Are you talking about in Larry Boy and the Bad Apple?
Yeah, what's a fruit doing up in there?
No,
I mean-
they're all, technically they're all
They're-
fruits.
yeah,
Like
technically
tomatoes,
What?
cucumbers.
I thought those are veggies.
Those are fruits.
Wait, tomatoes?
Yeah, tomatoes and
Tomatoes
cucumbers. Tomatoes and cucumbers are fruits.
No,
Asparagus.
No, they're not.
Asparagus is vegetable.
What?
Vegetable.
Yeah, if they have seeds, they're fruits. Isn't that
Wait.
right?
So okay, so
VeggieTales
fruits.
rolls off
so
the
This was
Off the
bound to
tongue.
happen. This was bound
okay,
to
so,
happen.
so here, listen here. So fruits are the things that grow off of the plants, right? So that's you got your tomatoes, you got your cucumbers, you got your zucchini,
You got your apples.
you got your apples, cherries, oranges. You got that?
What are you trying
Peaches.
to tell me?
Don't forget peaches.
Yeah, and peaches.
What are you
and
trying to tell me, Zeb?
Vegetables are the things that are like basically a part of the plant in general. So it's like you got your asparaguses, you got your broccoli, you got your onions, so things like that.
Carrots.
Carrots.
It's like telling a kid
potatoes.
that it's like telling a kid that
I'm
Santa
saying-
Claus isn't real.
I'm saying that most of the characters in VeggieTales are technically fruits.
Oh my lord.
Wait, you never realized this?
No!
Yeah,
All this
yeah.
time I thought cucumbers and tomatoes were veggies.
That's
Yeah, I
why you
remember-
thought
yeah.
they were veggies.
Yeah,
This whole time.
I remember having this realization a long time
What?
ago, but and being like sort of like staggered by it. So when you have to tell kids eat your veggies, it's actually the more likely chance that those veggies were fruits the entire time.
That's right.
Yeah, well, bear with me.
I feel so
VeggieTales
betrayed.
rolls off the tongue much better than Fruit Tales. Fruity Tales?
Yeah, it's too.
Fruity
Yeah.
How
Tales
about-
is-
Fruitsome tales.
How about-
Fruity Tales is bad, but I
about Fruit
prefer
Basket
VeggieTales
instead?
is better.
How about no? How about get out, mister?
Yeah, VeggieTales
Okay.
sounds better
Yeah.
though. It works
Jeez.
better with the
No, come
theme
back.
song. It's
Come back.
time for VeggieTale.
Anyway, so what's next?
Next section 12. Faith-based kids media as a genre. So why most religious children's content struggles.
Like I said, it's kind of tough
because we just sort of
Excuses! Bang!
yeah we didn't really watch anything other than Veggietales, so we didn't what was that for? It's probably a little hard to
Although we
comparison,
also-
but then again
We watched 3-2-1 Penguins from time to time.
well that was the same
Yeah, but it's the
studio.
same
Those
studio,
are the
so
same people, so
of course it's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we've watched some other religious content, haven't we? Like with those other DVDs, and we have a Okay.
The only one that I remember is the one with the caterpillar. But even
You're
then,
talking about Hermie?
Yeah,
Oh,
even then
yeah.
I remember thinking this isn't like VeggieTales.
Huh?
Man, I completely forgot
Wait.
about that.
Back up.
Yeah, I think there was like another. What's it called? Hemi something.
The common caterpillar.
Remember the green caterpillar asking God why he's special? Or...
Oh yeah, that one made me emotional when I was younger.
Yeah, I actually do like that one. I still kind of like it.
Same, I do like it.
Yes.
Like for some reason, it was
I
kind of
barely
like
remember it actually, so it might.
the little train that could, but for caterpillars, you know.
Yeah, but what makes VeggieTales stand out from
Well,
that
It's,
anyway?
maybe the humor, like what we were talking about.
Yeah,
it's that Phineas and Ferb thing. It's called a great formula that is basically you can roll
That
through that.
grape
You can
formula.
Grapes of fruits too.
Like you can roll through that formula infinitum ad astra forever and ever, and it will never ever get old. Like you know what I mean? You have the intro, like a letter or something. You have the story. You have the silly song at the midpoint. The rest of the story, Bible verse. You get the outro, Bible verse, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And given the fact that the rest of it is integrated very well with the message, and it's
Silly songs,
and it's super clever.
Yeah, except
So-
silly songs. It doesn't have anything to do. Usually, doesn't have anything to do with the episode itself.
Except for
and
the Elvis
Quincy
one.
has something to say about that. Take it away.
Funny you should mention the silly songs being completely random in comparison to the episode. The thing is that they actually planned for Silly Songs with Larry to be more or less of a one-time gag, having an entirely different
Lol.
segment in the middle of every episode, a la Monty Python's, and now for something entirely random.
Oh, that's when they got that.
They looked at Monty Python a lot, huh?
That makes complete sense.
And so basically, momentarily Archibald won, but then there was but then a bunch of letters were sent in the second episode with the commercial. I think
For the
was it?
Forgive-O-Matic?
Say goodnight, Gracie. Right.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
that was fun too, though, wasn't it?
It was after the second episode's release and the slew of fan demands for where the silly song went that it became a regular part of the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
There was
they actually-
a slew of demands.
Yeah, they actually received some. I'm gonna be charitable and calling them angry letters,
Ooh.
asking where the silly song was. What happened to the silly song?
So basically,
Yeah.
sooner
Give us our
or
silly
later,
songs.
you're going to receive nasty letters saying, "Where's the silly song? Why didn't this episode have a silly song? And are you prepared to deal with the consequences of that? I don't think so." That's basically what ended up
So
happening.
start being more silly.
Yes, start being more silly.
In effect, yeah.
That is correct. This actually helps with the well, it doesn't add to necessarily, but it's the talking down versus storytelling that with Christian media. With what we were touched on that briefly about what VeggieTales does versus what some other Christian content does, and maybe I've watched some other Christian content more than you guys, but I have found that it is a lot more kind of telly, if that makes sense. It's like, oh, so you're saying that I can't lie to Myra about so-and-so because that's bad?
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm
It's a
coming up with
stand-in
stuff
name.
right
Okay.
now. It's about like being very, very telly. It's like, so lying is bad? Yes, Judy. Lying is wrong and it's against God's will. God made us special, and sorry, I'm stealing.
Don't put their name in there.
I've watched-
Invoke.
The thing is, I usually didn't watch that much of other Christian content. It was mostly VeggieTales, and I have found that other content, and not just Christian content, like children's content in general, like they tend to try to teach good values and morals and stuff, but they include scripture into it when it's Christian content, which is great, of course, but it can be like it treats the audience like they're dumb, It's the kind of dumb where adults don't want to watch it with their kids. you know?
No, I see.
And with Veggietales, like the adults are cool with just sitting down and watching with their children and seeing what their children are watching. You know, if the adults are interested as well, then they're going to see, you know, what exactly their child is consuming. And that's a big problem with children's media today, where it feels like a lot of it is
So juvenile that there's no way
Yeah.
the parents will ever want to check it out because it's so, like keep thinking so stupid.
Exactly.
Stupid.
And it's just so
Stupid.
it's unfortunate because the children are just learning to be dumb, you know?
You know, that's actually the primary motivation as to why Phil Vischer and Mike Naraki developed Veggietales in the first place.
I was gonna ask, like, what made them decide to do this whole thing anyway?
It was initially to help children develop the right values, but as they devoted more and more time and effort into it, they realized that they could make a considerable impact on the world for the better this way, not just giving these kids what they want in the form of fun characters and stories, but also what they need from the topics that the show addresses and the lessons that it provides through biblical teachings, and treating these children as though they're thinking beings with their own thoughts and feelings instead of patronizing or condescending them.
Right.
Wow,
Phil-
so they had that in mind when they started it?
Yeah, Phil even said himself that the primary quote that he was keeping in mind with the development of Veggietales was this one by Plato, wherein it describes the importance of instilling children with healthy values through healthy stories, lest they grow up believing detrimental casual tales devised by casual people.
Exactly.
So what you're describing here about most children's media nowadays,
Well, not nowadays,
Or-
but just
Yes, nowadays.
Oh, really? Nowadays?
Yes, absolutely nowadays.
is that these casual tales are instilling some of the wrong values in their viewers.
Yeah, I would say so. Or at least it's instilling, it could be instilling what they think of as good values in the wrong way. You know, like they can implement music into it, but it could be like a repetitive, lame tune that is just where the lyrics are like from ChatGPT or something, where it doesn't feel like the creators put in the work that they should have. Like they don't care about the children that are consuming this media like they should, you know. And with Veggietales, I think you can really sense the care that they have for the audience. You know, you can tell, oh, they have their own kids.
Yeah.
And it just probably would made parents feel a lot more safe letting their children watch TV when Veggietales was on, you know? Was Veggietales on like cable and stuff?
Yeah,
Like,
had
yeah,
to have
okay.
been.
So, you know, that's how I'm thinking of it anyway.
Wait, so what are some examples? Not to name names of any specific shows or anything like that.
With
but
talking down and stuff.
Well, they're talking down and stuff. Like, like, have you seen that? And like shows nowadays, just checking them out.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there are some cases where it can be done well, but it doesn't have any. It doesn't have like God and the Bible and stuff like that.
It doesn't have that spark of nutritional value.
It doesn't have the spark of Christian nutritional values. Yes, thank you, Quincy. I was trying to be a little nicer, I suppose, but yeah, that's basically what it is.
I think another thing that they do in order to, make it entertaining to watch for obviously the kids, but also for like the parents. Interestingly enough, now I think about it, is implementing these things from other. Not other medias,
pop
but like
culture references?
pop culture references, like Lord of the Beans or the Minnesota Cuke, stuff like that.
Or Larry's Lagoon, which, as you mentioned earlier, is a parody of Gilligan's Island.
I didn't realize it was called that for a long time because I don't know if they ever said, or maybe the title did show up, but I was just glazed over that and
Yeah,
paid
same.
attention to when everyone was getting onto the boat.
Or even like the Grapes of Wrath, stuff like that.
Well, that was different because that was in the title of the song for one
Yeah.
thing. That super catchy song.
That was actually one of the first few episode names that they had in mind when they were figuring out the show for the first time. Among them was also Madame Blueberry, which actually became
Madame
an
Bovary.
episode.
Blueberries are fruits.
Yeah, based off of
I
Madame
know that.
Bovary.
I know that, Zip.
You just gotta keep bringing that up.
Yeah, actually based off of Madame Bovary. And also,
this is a dark tale.
This is around the time when they were also when a possible episode idea that they also had was based off of Princess and the Pea, but from the Pea's point of view.
Wait, how would that go?
I don't know. They only released a few concept arts for it and provided a general idea of what it involved.
Right, of course.
But that's just that just goes to show you just how much they were thinking about what they were going to release to the public.
Was the Pirates Don't Do Anything on the docket, or?
Well, it didn't come onto the docket until a few years later.
Well, what about Larry Boy?
Well, funny story about that. It was originally going to be Bob that they were going to be have be the superhero.
What, the Red Wonder?
The Red Wonder.
Really?
Bat Bob, actually.
Bat Bob. That's sick.
Oh, was this because Batman the Animated Series was airing at around the same time?
Yes.
Because now
Might
it's
have been.
because
You don't know.
Yeah, because
I don't.
Yeah,
It was in the 90s, but so we can assume that had something to do with it.
Yeah, it was. It started in '91, and it was and the show was like super popular because it's really good. And in terms of like Bumbleberg, for example, and Larry Boy, aside from the fact that it gets more than 2 hours of sunlight a day, it does kind of have that sort of vibe.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man.
So it was originally.
I freaking love Larry Boy.
Yeah,
man.
Larry Boy's
Like,
Larry
that-
Boy's
that-
He was
yeah,
like-
we played the game too, didn't we?
No, we didn't. We just watched. We endlessly watched walkthroughs
Yeah.
for how to play the PS2 game for Larry Boy and the Bad Apple.
So cool.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
it
is
was-
that still around?
PS it's PS2, so I don't
Yeah, but
think
yeah,
so.
but the
Maybe
art-
you can find like an old one, because I mean, if people are still doing vinyl, selling like vinyl records and that sort of thing, then you're probably going to find like
The
a
Larry Boy
PS2,
game,
the PS2 and the Larry Boy game somewhere.
It probably costs like $500 or something.
It
That'd
probably,
be $500 well spent.
It's
That's all I'm gonna
yeah,
say.
exactly. It's priceless.
So, what I'm trying to say here is that the original concept that they had was Bob the Tomato dressed as Batman, and they initially envisioned Larry Boy as his sidekick.
Gasp.
And then as they did some more tooling and development, they decided that it would be Larry that would be the primary superhero, as Larry Boy, of course.
I like
Bob, I love
Great,
you.
yeah.
I love you, Bob, but Larry Boy is so much cooler.
Yeah, I really like how they do that for Larry, so that he's able to get his own sort of focus thing, and
Yeah.
in like so much merchandise.
Yeah.
I mean, and whose idea was it for the plunger ears?
That's
for him
fantastic.
to Spider-Man, because that is just brilliant.
So cool. Honestly.
They actually didn't initially develop the plunger swinging until Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, which was about a couple of years after the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies were being released.
Oh, that just
Sam Raimi.
I thought he always.
that further invalidates the Batman thing.
I thought he always did that.
Yeah, I thought so too, but
Wait,
now
so
I thought
further
something about it.
validates or
validates.
it's the Batman thing?
Vindicates. But then again, he had the Larry Mobile, which there it is again. So
Sorry, what were you gonna say earlier, sister?
Oh, I was just saying we're going to the next section.
Yep.
Section 3.
Larry Boy
About the
Mania.
characters. What are you
I just
talking
gotta
about?
say,
What's
Larry
it?
Boy Mania is sweeping the nation. If you're not on board, you're gonna miss the train. That's what he said.
he's
Okay.
he's right.
Larry Boy also had a signal that looked like the bat signal.
Yeah.
And he apparently he also lived in a mansion, like
With a butler named
what-
Alfred.
with a-
Yeah, the butler. Yeah, at first I was like, when we started watching Batman, I was like, "Hey, did they get that from Larry Boy?" No, it turns out that came first. A British butler named Alfred.
And he's also got the Larry Cave, like you said, the Larry Mobile, which for some reason it took me a
His-
long
and
time
his
when I
own-
was a kid to realize that the Larry Mobile just looks like Larry.
Wasn't there kind of a Lois Lane character too, though?
Was that?
Was
Petunia,
there?
are you talking
She's
about
a Petunia?
Petunia?
Yeah.
She doesn't show up until Larry Boy and the Bad Apple.
I'm not talking about when she shows up. I'm talking about when, she's actually present. Isn't she kind of a Lois Lane character? She's a
Or are you
reporter.
talking about the cartoon series?
What are you talking
You know, the
about?
2D one.
I don't know.
I forgot about the.
Can you be
cartoon
2D?
How 2D can you be?
Yeah.
B2D for me.
Oh, and he's also got a rock out theme song that showed up in Larry Boy and the Bad Apple.
Yeah, the 2D
which
is really
might be
good,
one of
too.
my favorite songs. Rock on, Larry Boy.
We gotta listen to that after this.
Yeah, we do have to. That was a good song.
Remember we tried to surf the crowd, but everyone was like, "Oh crap, he's jumping out!" It was like in that scene in Mean Girls with Gretchen.
Yeah.
Right, it was like that. Yeah,
Okay.
like the rumor weed episode always like scared the crap out of me.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
the
the
fifth
rumor weed beat
episode
the
scared
snot
me
out of
too. The fifth episode scared me too.
Well,
like,
I mean,
especially
he
when was
almost got when he got
"This
the
one
Attack on
looks
Titan."
kind of like candy.
When he almost got the Attack on
it's bitter.
Titan
It's
treatment.
quite bitter. It's not really. Alfred!
Boot, you Kansas the tormentor! Boot!
Yeah, he did almost get Attack on Titan. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
and
Yeah.
actually before that, I really
Jeez.
love how when he's like, it looks like, when it was rendering, it looks like, pew! Ah! Ah! Such a genuine reaction.
Actually, it would be so funny to like make our own version with animating that, you know, like as people, like with Larry Boy. I think that would actually work out. Doing stuff with Larry Boy.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be sick.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd see as an issue with the plunger ears, because then where's the spool gonna come from?
Yeah,
You know,
I always
they
wondered
actually
where
talked
does that come from.
They actually talked about that briefly, or joked about it briefly in the audio commentary. And Mike said something like, "What? This is just the unspool from out of his brain or something."
Yeah, I
remember-
mean, the longer you think about it, the more horrifying the
You know,
implications.
but these are also vegetables that are able to clap with, even though they don't have hands.
They're able to pick things up and they don't have hands.
Yeah,
So they have
it's-
like some sort of telekinesis or something like that.
And I remember in one audio commentary for Lord of the Beans, they talked about how in the end of the story, how Billboy Baggy Pants ended up becoming shorter. And they basically mentioned how, because he doesn't have vertebrae, they used a cummerbund and some bungee cords to sort of compress him.
Are you talking about the character commentary?
okay, more horrifying
Larry-
implications.
Or you're talking about the character commentary with Larry, Pa Grape, and Jimmy Gord going over how they made,
this is just
going
one-
over how them and the other Veggietales characters
my gosh.
made the episode.
They had one for Jonah too, didn't they?
This is just
Yeah,
they
did.
This is just a scenario where you like, you know, you mean you could have fixed them in post, but
yeah, but yeah, obviously, Archibald really wanted to do it. He really wanted to.
he wanted to go full method actor.
Wait a
full
minute.
method
How'd you
actor, I'm
say that
sure.
they did it?
Yeah.
I don't think I don't remember that.
I remember they specifically said cummerbund, which is a type of belt, and a few bungee cords, and they were able to make it work.
That doesn't even make sense.
Like I said, they're trying to compress his height.
Wow.
Dang, what a G.
Yeah.
Yep.
So also, I was just gonna
I
quickly.
wonder if Tom Cruise would do that.
I mean, he doesn't have to. I mean, he's not that tall, so that's why I'm saying
the
that.
question is.
okay.
Well, the question is, would Daniel Day-Lewis do that?
Yeah, he is tall, and he's also you know, full method actor.
Yeah. Another one.
Yeah, probably. Also, just really quickly, you were talking about the rumor weed. I actually really like how the Larry Boy episodes handled the villains.
Yeah, they're all scary.
They all, yeah, and especially the Fib and the rumor weed, they both kind of beat Larry
Oh my
Boy. So
gosh.
that kind of puts, I like how that puts the onus on the characters that have to fix stuff. I mean, Larry
Fib,
Boy
though?
gets the snot kicked out of him by the rumor weed, and
She
I was
literally just beats him
yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly. I got flashbacks of that when I was playing Spider-Man yesterday, and the Sinister Six pounded me to the ground. So
Yeah.
it was quite similar.
Yeah, the fifth episode was actually terrifying.
When he squeezed him and one of his plungers like flew out and
Oh,
it
God.
flew out over through the air in a neat arc right in front of where
Junior's
Junior's parents and the cop
Officer
was.
Scooter.
And
What
he just
was-
looked down at that, and Mr. Asparagus passed out.
What was his plan anyway?
The fifth?
No, I mean, no,
Conquer
Larry.
Earth. Oh.
So like he jumped, like he ejected out of the Larry-mobile, was flew past him, and he was flying right at the Fib, who
he
has
forgot
hands.
his omnidirectional. He already has the plunger ears, but he also, you know, if he hit the wrong button with the rumor weed stuff, then you know maybe he just forgot. Does he have like batarangs? That
He's got a lot-
Batarangs.
big-
Crap.
The
And
problem
maybe-
is, I don't know how we would make a pun out of that associates with Larry Boy, so I don't think he has those.
Yeah,
Yet.
you're right.
Also, just a quick question. So maybe the plunger eel stays. Maybe the plunger things. The spool.
I mean, he's got a
whatever.
mohawk,
Maybe it's
so-
like in the mohawk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he comes out of the mohawk or something. You know, the thin plunger eel ear things. He's got.
What, the
got
cables?
The cables.
Yeah, it might be like ODM gear, or like what the metal bending police in Legend of Korra got.
I mean, those
on
are
their
cables.
backs.
Those are cables, and those spool things are a little thicker. Maybe I'm overthinking.
I love
it.
how we're overthinking this.
Yeah, absolutely. That does go into the absurdity with the characters, which is what we're supposed to be talking about.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who are you
fun,
guys'
though.
favorite characters?
It's a tie between Larry and Archibald. I'd say.
That makes sense.
I mean, Bob. I mean, Bob enters the equation from time to time as well. So it's tough. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Probably Paul Grape and Mr. Lund, probably. Like, well, because thinking of G silent, it's Nat. Are you calling me a cadet? No, I'm just correcting your grammar. Are you calling me stupid? That Esther episode is also very good.
Yeah, they
it is.
actually had a Disney animator do some shots for Esther, and this was when
wow.
CG was pretty new. So when he went back, was it Tony Bancroft? I think I don't exactly remember. So when he went back to Disney and they was working on like Brother Bear or something like that, he's like, "Yeah, I have a tad bit of experience with working CG animation." And for the record, he also had some issues wondering, okay, so how does it work if they don't have hands when they're picking stuff up? How am I supposed to like do posing in addition to that? Because if I'm doing posing and like a clear silhouette, that's gonna be easy, but there's like a freaking stick, so they don't have any arms or legs, so how am I supposed to, I guess it's like anyway.
Also, they based it off of The Godfather a little bit, which I thought was really cool after we learned that.
Yeah. The what
great
was the
great soundtrack on
world
that episode,
of,
by the way.
tickling. What was it?
The Isle of
perpetual-
Perpetual Tickling, where they tickle you day and night and day, not even
Without stop.
not stop. Yeah.
Well, that's a new version of Hell I've never heard of, and it's probably worse than Hell now that I think about it.
Honestly, I hate being tickled.
Yeah.
I'm just
case in point.
I just become completely helpless. It's horrible.
That tickle rate actually really scared me too.
The what?
the
The
tickle
tickle rate,
rate.
the hooded figure with the giant feather.
And with the organ playing in the
That was
background.
horrifying.
You kicked that door open like the Scallions did in the first episode. Except, it didn't bounce back or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but how do they kick it open? They don't have legs. You know what? Whatever.
I really like Archibald Asparagus.
Nice.
Asparagus it. Like, where is that from again?
That's from the second
episode?
episode, the one about forgiveness. Remember? What
Yeah.
did the Bean Boy say? He said he was a Masparama. Who's it?
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Also, Madame Blueberry, or however her accent is.
It's French.
Yeah, right.
That's French.
What is it? I'm
French.
so blue.
Oh yeah. I'm so blue.
She's so blue she don't know what to do.
Hey, that sounded good.
She don't know what to do. It's hilarious.
You don't know what to do. That's such a good one. Mac, favorite characters?
I haven't thought about this, but I think one of my favorites, probably the Scallions. I think it's because I'm thinking of the song for one thing from that episode.
Man, we sang that song all the time when we were kids.
check it out. I mean, there's the one from
He's
the first
talking about that
episode.
one, but also
Tie him up and beat him up and throw him out of Babylon.
But that, yeah,
it's so
Madam-
violent, by the way.
It's actually, when you pay attention to the lyrics, you are like, oh my gosh, they're talking about jumping this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that I remember also from the first episode, remember from the Lion's Den episode, when they were about to throw him into the pit. Let me just see if I can find this on TV Tropes. Oh yeah, it's with the Daniel, because you violated section 42192 R9400006.1-7B of the Code of Babylon, forbidding prayer to anyone but King Darius. You are hereby sentenced to be consumed by the lions. Goodbye, Daniel. Do I get a phone call?
And then the whole thing with
the
have
conversation
fun down there. We're not lying.
Yeah. Because when
You better be lying down.
because those lions are gonna be they gotta lie on you.
Wait. Mine was good. Yours was goofy. I gonna lie to them? They're gonna eat them. They're gonna lie to
I
them.
don't know, but maybe this one's just gonna like.
Basically, you lie to them, then eat them.
Maybe they're gonna lie to him, then eat him.
What? So you're saying that the one's gonna lie, like, hey, you lie to them, I'll eat them?
maybe one's gonna like sit on him, like gonna
so
cooperate.
they're gonna
yeah.
like, it's like, why you lie to him, I'll eat him, and then we'll just take turns. Come on. We're the ones who are lying, not the lions.
I was like, so the lions are gonna like cooperate.
That's funny.
That's That whole thing space is in the trope called Seinfeldian conversation.
Yeah, it is a Seinfeld.
Yeah, the thing with yes, I remember. I hear they're hiring wise men in Egypt. Oh, look at the time, gotta go now.
Yes, Sam.
Nissa?
It went better than what actually happened. That's for them. That's for sure.
So we talk about favorite characters.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I actually have a favorite character from Veggietales, and the reason for that is because I just can't decide which one of them I like more because of how, they each have they each have stories that work with them, and for that similar reason, I can't decide which VeggieTales story I actually like most because, to be honest, I really like them all.
Yeah,
That's a good
yes,
answer.
I
That's
can't
fair.
agree with
That's
that.
fair.
That.
Totally understandable.
And this might be, and I think it's because of that. That's the reason why none of the characters have ever actually die. So,
Yeah. The curse hasn't been affected because you don't have any favorites.
And none of them have been squashed.
Yeah.
That's
Or eaten.
fantastic.
or eaten.
Maybe
Yeah,
who
that's
knows?
a
Well,
relief.
then again, who knows? Maybe the fib was your favorite.
Oh yeah, well, he did play.
He shrank into
He
oblivion.
shrank.
And then the rumor weed, and then the rumor weed turned into a flower.
Which means she died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
yeah,
did.
Her
but
face
she-
exploded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she sucked. She was horrible.
Yeah.
And then the Big Apple. Well, I'm assuming she got
What the
She got
the
the
bad apple?
slice.
You mean?
no, she got launched over the horizon.
Or that.
It's implied at the end that she's still alive. Remember when it zoomed out to show that that the final scene was playing on a security monitor, and then you could see a metallic clawed appendage. Turn it off.
I forgot about
She
that.
has
That's
an awesome cape, by the way.
that's a scary thought.
yeah,
Actually,
she's real cool. She fly.
also the thing with you guys remember that thing with the historical thing of what was going on with Appley's great grandfather or something.
That's so good. That's so funny. When they're saying quotes.
Oh brother Obadiah. And
Can I say it?
go ahead.
Oh, brother Obadiah, thou art so uptight. Prithee, let the brethren place the little checkers. Ephraim Appley.
Every time they said something, even with some random background character. What was the background character say, Quincy?
What, one of the guys that was going into the original Appley's Funhouse, he was saying something like, "Dearest Catherine, I'm finding myself irresistibly drawn towards a new establishment in town. It is called Appley's Funhouse, and boy, does it look like fun! Abraham Roberts."
It's like, we don't know you.
Well, it's for
Who are you?
It's historical. It's for posterity's sake.
Right.
So we
It's
can
documentation.
Yeah, exactly. So you just remember how Abraham Roberts just got hookered just like that.
Yeah,
Just
and
got hooked into
Hook,
the apple
line,
thing.
and sinker.
Also,
Indeed.
it shows the age-old thing where if you give people long biblical names, whatever the name they have last, it still works. Like Obadiah Bumley or Ephraim Appley or Abraham Roberts.
Right.
Oh,
the
hey, I
names
never
still
noticed that.
The names do still sound kind of,
Biblical.
They sound like
they sound
Old-timey.
Also
old-timey.
old-timey.
Oh, they sound old-timey. Yeah.
They sound 1700s-esque.
Yeah, it works.
And then there's Nebuchadnezzar, which is supposed to be for Nebuchadnezzar because he showed up at first in
Oh,
the.
He's another
I
one of
did
my
not
favorite.
get that.
Yeah.
I always thought that.
wow, you didn't
I
get
always
that,
thought
you
that was
stupid.
clever.
I'm just joking.
Another one of my
Are you dumb?
another one of my
That's basically what you
favorites.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm just now realizing that my two favorites are mainly either. Well, I think Nebuchadnezzar is either plays like a villain or just a kind of some sort of clueless dude in the other episodes.
What was Nebuchadnezzar's voice based off of again? It was based off of something.
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie!
Oh,
Nice!
That's great.
And then the
excellent.
funny thing about Mr. Lunt is that his main inspiration was what's his name, Smarty
The
from
weasel
the lead weasel from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
He even kind of dresses like him a couple times. So
Yeah, I think the maker said he's the kind of guy with hey boss, what do you want to do? That's how they got the voice and everything. Also, one other thing that's fun is that Mr. Nezzer and Mr. Lund kind of go back and forth on who plays the bad guy and who plays the second in command.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I didn't realize that. When has Mr. Nezzer played the second in command?
It was that time in the Duke and the Great Pie War when Mr. Lunt was Otis the Elevated. And,
well, why can't you just give me? Why can't you just say you
only
don't trust
half? Well, why don't you just go out and say you don't trust me?
all right, I don't trust you. And Mr. Nezer was Novak, his second in command.
Hey, what was the Sherlock Holmes thing?
Sherlock Holmes and the Golden Ruler.
Sherlock,
Yeah, move along.
Move along.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Is that a Naked Gun reference? I
Was
think
it?
I think so. Like, the whole the thing with the fireworks exploding and the main guys in the front saying, "Move along, people! Nothing to see here."
Oh, so that's what.
Well,
so that's where that came from.
You're probably right.
Man, there are a lot of new ones you gotta watch for Veggietales. We gotta watch too. Although, though, I do remember one episode. I think we only watched like once or twice. What was it? Mr. Jiggle and Dr. Jiggle and Mr. Slide or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was the first segment of the Snoodle Tale episode. Yes, it was called. It was
I love the Snoodles.
Man,
Oh yeah, it was. basically.
They had hands. It was so weird.
Oh, that's right. They had the gloves, right?
Didn't they have the?
Oh,
Yeah.
those are
The
gloves.
gloves weirded me out.
But
Yeah.
yes, Xavier,
Also,
that was based off of Jekyll and
Did they have
Hyde.
wings too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
How-
little packs on their backs.
Yeah.
How do you animate that? I'm just wondering, and make it legible.
I think maybe you just animate the arms and you just get rid of them in post.
I mean, maybe. I mean, if it's like a sort of with the character rig, then yeah, actually.
Anyway.
and it's less for the visual silhouette, and it's more so your mind can wrap around what it is you're doing.
The main thing I remember for some reason, I don't know why. What was the old character's name again?
Scooter.
Yeah, Scooter was the main character. I think he was in the place of the main character of Jekyll and Hyde. What's his name?
What you mean, the accountant guy?
John something.
Sutherland?
Yeah, so something like that. But he was in the place of him, and there were these, and after every commercial break or after every so often, there was these weird shots of where it's as you see someone walk, you see someone with legs walking down the street, and then Scooter was like, the beach! And everyone's like, wait, what are you talking about? And then there's a weird thing of somebody holding a watch and looking at it, and then Scooter was looking where his hand would be, but he doesn't have a hand. He's like, the hand! And are you sure you're okay, pal? That I don't know why that always stuck out to me because it came out of complete nowhere, and all these years later, I still remember it.
I see why he'd be. I see why he'd freak
that.
out.
Yeah.
I can see why he'd freak out at the because that's something that's kind of completely foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quincy, did you have any favorite characters?
Oh, I already mentioned my favorite
Oh,
character.
Yeah, he already
right.
said his.
Okay. Okay. Cool. We'll go on to the next section. Okay.
Mhm.
Which is what we were basically talking about this the whole time with non-preachy biblical storytelling. So we can go to growing up with Veggietales.
Oh wow, we're blazing through this list.
Indeed. I had a feeling we would, honestly.
Yeah.
It just felt like one of those topics, we really blaze through and have a good amount of content still. Why it ages unusually well.
Oh, I just remembered another thing. Larry Boy's theme song. He's got a killer theme song.
Oh yeah, the 2D.
Oh,
You know what, Larry Boy.
Oh,
Larry
yes.
Boy. And I only remember that because it says, I'm looking at the shout-out thing for TV tropes, at the end with Larry saying, Dynamite, which is not only a reference to Good Times, but Larry is literally dressed like the guy who says that in Good Times, meaning that they went through the effort of modeling all those modeling that for him for that specific shot for that joke.
They knew that they had.
So
They
that's
knew
what
they
you-
needed to
that's
have
so-
something that they knew they needed to have something that rhymed with "out of sight" and also fit with the general theme of the song about Larry Boy. And they knew that reference was too good
That
to
is
pass
just
up.
works.
that is like a layered joke. That is so great.
This is why it ages unusually well.
Yeah.
Because the layered jokes. They're layers.
I think another thing is that it's able to adapt very well because they're able to go from telling Bible stories in different ways. Like what was the one with Mr. London's bad guy called again? The Duke
Which
and-
one?
The Duke.
Duke and the Great Pie War.
That
Yeah,
was
which
one of
is
my
loosely,
favorites.
which is based off of, if I remember correctly, I think it's based off of Ruth and Boaz, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
and then there's also how they're able to adapt David and Bathsheba.
How the heck did they do that? After all the mess we were talking about with the David podcast and how they were able to do it without actually talking about it.
Yeah, but they got they got the core message of what it was about, and they were able to do it in an effective way without traumatizing children.
I don't know.
It's brilliant.
I don't know about that because when Junior came back from the Pie War from being in the front lines, and it sounded like he was a war
He got
hero, by the
creamed,
way.
yeah.
He did, but he was a war hero.
Hit the deck!
Yeah, like when he came back, his brain was all addled and stuff.
And he was covered in pie
The
filling.
traumas of war.
Yeah, I felt slightly traumatized when I was very, very young. It's like, what happened to him?
You remember
Junior?
whenever it showed the flashes of what was happening with the Great Pie War?
What,
where
with
it
the
showed-
angry red sky.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. The angry red sky and a pea looking up in the house, like, ah! They get beaten in the face with a pie.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
background character in Jurassic Park when the Velociraptor is running at him.
Oh
they turn
yeah,
around
like in the
and
Lost
scream.
World. Like,
The most inaccurate thing, by the way, is the fact that that guy was black, because any black, he just keep running.
I mean,
Keep
not only
running.
that, but he was screaming at nothing. All he did was turn around and start screaming, and then the Velociraptor jumped out of the grass and,
that's true.
tore his head off.
Oh.
That's actually a good point. I never noticed that.
yeah, that is weird.
Huh.
Oh, and another,
anyway.
another thing that says here apparently was with the rumor weed episode when the rumor flew like wildfire that Alfred was a robot because he's British, and it says here that a carrot mentioned that he heard that there are teenagers inside him that know karate.
Is that a Power Rangers reference?
That is in fact a Power Rangers reference.
What?
Oh, that's where that came from.
Yeah, I don't. Let me
That's another thing. That's why adults probably like it too. It's all of these kind of obscure references. Kids wouldn't get it. Adults would probably get it.
It's like,
I didn't get it at all. I didn't get it until just now, and that's because I'm reading
and
it.
it's funny. It's
go-
just like you read a book when you're a kid, and then as you grow older, you see new things in it every time.
Yeah, going back to Phineas and Ferb, it's like when it's like the episode with the pharmacist, with the zombie pharmacist Doofenshmirtzes, and when Buford said, "They're gonna get in here! They're gonna get in here! They're gonna get in here!"
And he even
And
said,
then
"Game over, man!"
And then we watch Aliens, and we're like, "Oh yeah,
Right.
nice."
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're laughing about the thing in Aliens and the thing in Phineas and Ferb.
Something like that happens in Zootopia too, with the whole Godfather thing. And then the first line that Don Corleone says in The Godfather is, "You come here unannounced on the day my daughter is to be married,"
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh."
or Breaking Bad. That too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's so good.
And another.
Another reference that they do is in the episode at the end of Silliness, the second sing-along video, where they have a frame, well, they use it a couple of times, that looks like this.
Oh, Nighthawks.
Nighthawks.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
And here's the actual Nighthawks painting that they based
Yeah.
the shot off of.
Great painting. It's used for reference for like a lot of Batman stuff as well. So I guess they were working on Larry Boy, and they were working on that episode. And like, hey, this painting keeps showing up in the reference for Larry Boy, and also because it's associated with Batman. Since it's associated with Batman, this painting pops up a lot in terms of the colors and the shadows and that sort of thing. We should do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they came across that painting a lot when they were starting to put stuff on the ground for Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed.
Yeah.
Also, in case this has nothing to do with Veggietales or Batman, but in case you're wondering why the cinematography for Road to Perdition looks like that, that's because the cinematography was directly inspired by the painting. In case you were wondering.
Huh. Neat.
I did not
I think
know that.
I think the painting was done in like the 40s or something like that too. So that helps.
Anyway, so back to Veggietales. Something that I think that it allows it to be able to, keep getting better and better is that, like you said, while they kept getting better and better, they kept getting better with the animation, which is cool to see. They kept improving with how they tell these stories and how they were, implementing the Bible stories into these other things. Like one of my favorite episodes, I remember, it might be just because of the Prince of Egypt, but Mo and the Big Exit.
Oh
That was an episode that I always liked watching. Whenever it came up, and I really liked the song. I remember. I think I actually learned how to play that on the trumpet. How did the song go again?
Oh, what? Oh, Lone Stranger. Oh, Lone Stranger. Your mask hides your face. Who you are, we can't say. Oh, Lone Stranger. Singing Hi Ho Sliver Away.
Yeah, I really
had a really bad day.
yeah. So I just remember. First of all, it's funny how I guess that's Mo and the Big X's version of Deliver Us, which is funny. And
actually, yeah.
And I just remember really liking that song and just finding the whole thing really charming. So every time that showed up, I just watched it. Like I said, that might be the Prince of Egypt as well. So, but anyway,
That's nice. It's just, again, with the songs, like, they actually put care into it, you know? They taking inspiration from these different things, coming up with nice tunes that it sticks into your brain. That's why you still remember it today, even several years later. You know?
I don't think I played that for like 5 years too. So
yeah, but it's just, I could see the fondness on your face, and that's what a lot of people who were even like born in the 80s, who then grew up watching Veggietales when they were little, who still have fond memories about it today. It's nice, having this show that, you could still go back and watch it, and you could still, see these new things and understand why little you just felt so much joy watching it, and how you can still learn about these good values even as an adult. That some of these values adults tend to kind of forget, right?
Yeah,
so
right. Sure.
It's good to just be reminded and going back to watch these shows. I feel like that's something that we need to do even as we get older as well, as we start dealing with stuff.
And I was watching the behind the scenes for the first episode earlier today, and something that Phil Vischer mentioned in just the impact that something like Veggietales could have was that after the release of the first episode, they got a lot of letters from viewers commending them on it, and they were even and a lot of these people, a lot of them, had taken the time to write these letters by hand and even include pictures that they had drawn. Wait,
were these kids or
kids and adults?
Oh,
There was one letter in particular that always stood out to them. It was from this 9-year-old boy who was talking about how his younger brother, who's constantly in and out of the hospital because of a chronic illness, is always singing "God is bigger than the boogeyman, and he's watching out for you and me," which helps him deal with the fears that he has with these various treatments that he needs to receive, and how that's real and how much of an impact that's had.
Wow,
Oh.
that's amazing. Yeah, that's so wonderful.
That's fine. I'm fine.
Enough some funny stories about the bunny song.
Did anyone else feel slightly emotional at that?
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. How many people worked on the first episode? Like animators and editors and writers?
Under 10.
Under 10?
I can believe that, honestly. It just felt like a small project.
Yeah,
It
like a
was
small passion project.
Small
was just-
passion project.
Phil, Mike, Lisa, Kurt Haneke, who did the music, and a couple of animators.
So six computer boys, a few of whom were like the modelers and the. I wouldn't be surprised actually if there were some people who had to double time and do like some of the model work and the animation and that sort of thing. And this is working with frickin' 1990s computers.
I've seen the computers when they do Jurassic Park.
Well, with the computers that made Jurassic Park, is that right? Did they use those computers?
Did they? I don't know.
Well, keep in mind that's like top of the line. Those were the top of the line workstations at the time, and they could still only do about 300 megabytes. Your computer, you have tabs open on your computer that are more than 300 megabytes.
A little hurtful, but okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
A little hurtful, but okay.
Yeah, so that means
kind of close to home.
Yeah, so that means if you do something wrong on that one of those computers, then then the program is just going to give up, and your computer's gonna crash.
And then you're gonna scream, and then you'll scream like
Like the pea.
like Opera did.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. I would be interested to know the render times actually.
Honestly.
For
But yeah.
that.
What a phenomenon. Honestly. I don't know if a show like that will ever be made again.
I just hope they're able to, keep it up. Is this still going out? Is it still out? Is it still
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think that I don't really know if a show can be made
I don't think so.
with the quality of Veggietales again.
The bar is just up there. It's so high.
Yeah.
In order to even come close to it, you'd have to pay a lot of attention and devote a lot of time and care to making sure that it meets all of the standards, and propagates the right values.
Yeah, but you'd also have to make it unique because a lot of people they kind of ride off the coattails of really, really well done shows or movies, trying to get some of the fan base from that to join them and support it no matter what. Like we know there have been adaptations of beloved shows or movies that we had when we were younger,
That happens
and they
all the
just
time.
it happens all the time. Of course,
Well,
adaptations. And the sequels and stuff, that people try to do it all the time, and it almost never hits the mark.
Is it because these fans of the other franchise would end up being alienated by this piece of media that attempts to emulate that former franchise, and then
Yeah.
end up feeling offended
Yeah.
by how it's trying to emulate it,
Exactly.
feeling like it fails to meet the mark,
It feels like it's mocking the original almost, you know?
like a travesty.
Yeah, exactly. And it just doesn't really work. So just be original. Do your own thing. Don't try to like ride off the coattails of this other of the Veggietales we know and love. Don't try to make a new one just in a different setting and putting in ideology that isn't good for children to learn, you know?
Yeah, like doing it like with fruits, for example.
I mean, it technically already does it with fruits.
Yeah, exactly. That's part of the joke. Yeah.
My world has been rocked.
Also, another quick thing that we talked about with the animating, how they use CGI and how they were using CGI for the first time to do that. One thing that I find actually very impressive is how they did the simple thing of them being fruits and vegetables, and so you don't have to worry about animating arms on them or anything.
Very smart.
Rendering skin, which is actually a workaround that a lot of other shows, even like Reboot and
Wars.
and Beast Wars, and even stuff made by like ILM at the time, was they just did basically everything they could to avoid having to render human skin up until Death Becomes Her, which was released also in the mid-90s, directed by Robert Zemeckis, and it's with rendering human skin or rendering hair. Those were the two things they had to avoid. Human hair was like a thing after Monsters Inc. because
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
That's
of
why the
course.
mom in Toy Story had her hair in a ponytail.
Yeah, exactly. And why Andy had like the sort of the shorter hairstyle, instead had that buzz cut, and the dog
The dog was just a monster.
Yeah, the dog, they just sort of sculpted hair and like had the hair as a texture.
They sculpted
They did a
Scud.
good job. Freaking Scud, though.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't even pay attention to that because you know whatever Scud is, first of all, terrifying, and you're so exactly, and you're so invested in like that final chase scene in the movie is just so outstanding.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, so anyway, the fact that they were able to take the resources that they had and come up with something, and that made it, like you said, unique. It made it their niche.
Their very own.
And
yeah.
even when they could have done the arm things, they didn't.
Right.
'Cause they didn't have to worry about that. And, they still have to wonder about like how they're clapping and things.
Well, yeah, but you also don't think too much about it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but another cool thing about that is it's like it wasn't an underground thing necessarily, but typically when you think of like an underground artist or underground creators, you think of these people who are just using what they have already, for instance, they're using what they have to create something of their very own. For instance, with Mike Naraki and
Phil Vischer.
Phil Vischer, yeah, and their crew, they had their crew. They probably had to get some people, and then they were just putting something together and then letting it out into the world and seeing what would happen, And honestly, like, great things happen. We know that. Like, on those really sweet letters that you told us about, sometimes it can be a hit or miss, and I'm really, really glad this was a hit.
Were Mike and Phil, were they like VFX artists, or did they know anything about CG?
I don't know if they did, but they, like I said, they had some animators work with them,
Huh. That's so cool.
and they were able
Honestly,
to,
yeah.
and they were able to get that done.
Also, new random song. So, what was that? The song in the Wizard of Oz episode, which I actually forgot about until now. So something that the Peas was singing. Dobby is our hero, or something.
They're
like
trying
that.
to, because they realize the kid's name is Darby, but like what rhymes with Darby? How can we make this into a song?
More like who names their kid Darby?
Yeah. Who's gonna name their kid Darby?
Also fun. Also, a really funny thing is how.
Fun fact.
Also, fun fact. That episode of Veggietales when they say, who's gonna name their kid Hubert? The really funny thing about that is that our great grandfather was named Hubert, and he was actually a pastor, and he's one of the greatest men. Our maternal great grandfather on our mother's side. He's one of the greatest people that our mother has ever known. Very devout Christian and a great man. But the fact is that.
Who's gonna name their kid Hubert?
Yeah, that was just something that we still chuckle about because our great grandfather was an amazing man, So Hubert was just a perfect name for him.
Yeah.
So what is it? Is that our headcanon that's possibly them paying their respect to him?
I don't. Well, it's our own personal headcanon.
It makes us feel. Yeah, it makes us smile.
Yeah. Or it's like, thanks, granddaddy. You
Yeah.
know.
Anyway, so the thing I was going to say was I remember something in the Darby song. They mentioned Robert De Niro, and did they also mention
Dana Carson.
who the heck is Dana Carson?
Robert De Niro.
His name is Darby, and he's our hero.
Hey, wasn't there
them
also a
grasping at
lyric
straws.
of "I like my Barbie, but I'm no weirdo"?
Okay.
So them grasping at straws, making rhymes, really just made me chuckle.
Weirdo. That was a good one. His name is Darby, and he's our hero.
But one
Didn't
thing-
it get faster like that?
Yeah, his name is Darby, and he's our hero.
Ha ha!
I like my Barbie, but I'm no weirdo.
Yeah.
Dana Carson, Robert De Niro. His name is Darby, and he's our hero.
On the subject of songs, this thing in the trivia is just too great to not read. So the bunny song.
That song was so.
yeah.
Actually, it's a jam though. It's really good.
Funny.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, he says here, Big Idea received several letters from parents who were embarrassed by their kids gleefully belting out the negative lyrics to the song, prompting a rewrite to less offensive lyrics, which prompted lots of fans complaining that they like the original. The staff has since basically shrugged and commented they can't please everyone. One of them even said they learned, you can write songs with negative messages, you just can't make them catchy.
Is that what one letter said?
No, that's what one of the guys. That's what one of the guys in Big Ideas
That's really
realized
funny.
because it's like the chorus is
Like when the
great.
ladies come in? And-
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
You know-
And the image of like a toddler belting that that's so awesome.
I can understand why these parents would be so mortified by their kid gleefully singing out, "I don't love my mom or my dad, just the bun," in the middle of the supermarket.
Okay, I get the uncomfortableness.
Yeah, that's one of the lyrics.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I get why it can be concerning. And then he says like a frankly terrifying line when he's saying like, "Well, what if you don't want to bow?"
He said, well, in response to the question of what happens to those who don't bow before the bunny or sing the song, he said, "Let's just say in my mind, after pointing out the furnace where the bad bunnies go, let's just say in my mind, if you don't bow down and sing the song, you're a bad bunny."
You know,
that is
that has-
terrifying.
And he was serious about that.
He's 100% serious.
Ugh.
it has a very similar vibe to the thing in the Bible miniseries with Nebuchadnezzar's line, "chewing the scenery like gum." When something is hard and unyielding, what do we do with it? We put it into the fire.
Excellent.
Yeah.
He's. Anyway, another thing about it, Mr. Nezzer actually has a couple of really good villainous moments. Like, you remember in the Toy You Saved Christmas?
Don't have the Pugsleyville. The bridge is out.
Pugsleyville!
Yeah.
Oh, I hear it's lovely this time of year.
He's a terrifying villain,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah, thankfully he gets redeemed.
He usually changes his ways.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it helps sounding like the Mr. Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, that does help.
Hey, just curious now I think about it, was the Toy You Saved Christmas the first episode where they had characters who had arms and legs? Because there's the
penguins.
Buzzsaw Louie and the penguins.
Oh, I love the
Yeah.
penguins.
I love those
Yeah.
penguins too.
Remember the
I mean,
one that was...
Buzzsaw Man.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, the sheep in the previous episode, Dave and the Giant Pickle, would qualify here.
Oh, that's true.
The sheep that constantly tip over.
That's
And-
that's
But-
right.
You remember?
Buzzsaw Louie is the first. Buzzsaw Louie and the Penguins are the first bipedal characters.
You remember a
With
Buzzsaw
arms.
Louie when he got his buzzsaw up and running at one point when he was behind the penguin.
Whoa! Like, what the heck's happening?
Yeah,
That
was really funny.
Now to think about it, the Penguins marching, I don't know why. It always kind of freaked me out when I was a kid. Do you remember But I love the walk cycle that they did with that.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah, it's
Their
like
little
it wasn't
feet.
even. It's like a waddle march. It's,
like
it's
a
kind of
wa-
a goose. It's kind of a goose step.
So
Yeah.
a goose step Nazi march. Communist
Penguin
thing.
waddle. It's a Nazi penguin waddle march.
wow, that's an image.
Yeah, that's
And
Hold on,
mean,
pass
yeah.
me the remote. Phone. I'm gonna see if I can find a GIF.
Yeah,
it
great.
describes it. That kind of describes it perfectly, though.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll do closing statements, okay? Because we're at the end of the outline, actually.
that was fast.
I know, right?
I'm doing an hour and a half. That's insane.
For now.
Currently. It depends on how long this outro is.
I know.
Yeah. So I got a couple of bonus questions here.
But yeah, but we pretty much answered them. So the bonus questions being, could a show like this be made today? We talked about that, and we said probably not. But it'd be great if it is.
Yeah, I mean,
It depends, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, just really quickly, is that one of the things that makes Veggietales great is the fact that they started doing that. Let me rephrase that. What they started with, they used what they had. You know what I mean? So, and the animation and the charm. The voice acting, they only had 10 people with the first episode, and it gradually grew from there to be, what's essentially a global phenomenon. And the thing is, you could easily animate things nowadays, so, the fact that they started from basically with nothing to be something amazing, and building on it, in order to do that, and fueled by that message that you said, Quincy, in order to teach kids. I don't think they would be able to make that kind of show nowadays.
No, I don't think so either. That's what I was talking about. I just don't think it would have the same kind of flavor, the same kind of authenticity and originality and all of that.
The same organic flavor.
Yeah, where nothing will ever be like the first of its time anymore.
Well, that depends.
When it comes to media,
If,
maybe.
yeah, that depends. If it's not necessarily in like if they're not doing like a Veggietales thing, but if it's like something else, I mean, you can always tell if something is made with passion and if people enjoy making it. And obviously, with
sure.
all the stuff with Veggietales, we can 100% tell. So it's sort of a thing that depends. Like if there could be someone out there that could do something similar to that has like the same level of, it's corny to say, of care and heart and love put into it as Veggietales was, because I mean only like something that it would only take like a group of people that truly are passionate and love what they're doing to simultaneously have a Lord of the Rings spoof thing with an episode while also putting in an Elvis silly song that ends with it being randomly interrupted by a lady speaking Elvish, and then one of the characters in the show coming in and putting a stop to the whole thing and saying that, you sicken me, deceitful one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just don't know if... I mean, there will be shows like that, and obviously there are shows in media that are can have elements of that, but being that authentic and funny and not feeling like it's a chore to watch.
Yeah, we're talking
not
about
feeling like it's,
children's shows.
Yeah, not feeling like it's preaching at you,
Yeah.
and kind of lecturing you in some cases. Where it just feels really authentic. Even the dialogue is really good,
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important thing when it comes to media and, Christian children's media and just Christian media in general. Like, the dialogue has to be good and feel realistic and grounded. And I feel like VeggieTales does that extremely well.
It shows that it can be done.
It does. It shows it can be done. But the dialogue... I mean, it's hard to do.
It's very important to you, huh?
It's so important to me. If there's bad dialogue, I can't watch it. I get a headache, So, and I just feel like a lot of Christian children's media and just children's media in general, it's like, are you even trying?
I think this is something we kind of talked about when we started doing our, Bible stories thing. It was either with Left Behind or the David Insurrection thing. But essentially, you want to be able to tell a story, and of course, for kids, you have to do you can't just do the David insurrection thing.
Yeah.
But,
No.
for kids,
That's not-
you have to kind of be a little bit more obvious with the storytelling things and with the lessons that are being learned. But you still want to have to make it entertaining because nobody wants to feel like they're watching, oh, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.
And it's just being spelled out to you. You still have to have like a story be told,
Right.
and the mess. And sometimes you could be on the point or on the nose because these are kids, so that
Yeah.
they understand it. But you can't just treat them like idiots.
Yeah, and let them have a bit of satisfaction where it's like, oh, so that's what it means, Don't
Yeah,
just
exactly.
don't just spell it all out for them. And it's just it's a huge pet peeve of mine, the dialogue nowadays, not just in children's media either.
Oh yeah, we know for sure. So it's very important to you.
Oh, yeah.
And being able to communicate those lessons through both storytelling and the characters and understanding them. And it's storytelling 101. Pixar is great at this.
Oh yeah.
So it's
the
the kind
dialogue
of
is so good.
yeah, it's the kind of thing. It's actually the same thing where the lessons are really well done. The stories are very well done,
But they're kinda
and
simple.
the lessons are they're simple. That's what
Yeah.
makes them so good.
Uh-huh.
Like I keep talking about Kung Fu Panda and how good that is. I love those movies, but this is basically the same principle, but with these Bible stories and the making sure that it's relevant to the verses that are told at the end, that kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I can't remember which one of what the main message was, but there was something like this in the Minnesota Cuke one. I think it was "Love Your Enemies," I believe.
Yeah.
It was the main point of the episode was to teach you how to deal with bullies, and yes, that was one of the verses incorporated into it.
Because Mr. Lunt was Belloc, right?
Isn't there a verse at the beginning of every episode?
At the end of every
At
episode.
the
So,
end. Oh, okay.
And now it's time.
Okay. Is that everything?
How does that song go again?
I'm
And
looking at the
so
lyrics.
Oh, okay.
We'll sing that at the end.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, great.
So are we good?
I think we're good. Unless anyone else had any more points.
I don't think so. I just wanted to give the my baby elf a shout out, and yeah.
That's such a good one. Okay.
well, one more thing I just want to describe is that apparently Veggietales, even though it's primarily a Christian-based media, apparently it saw a lot of popularity among non-religious groups as well.
It's always surprising
yeah,
when
so-
that happens.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, gaining a periphery demographic like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to mean something. It's like what people who say that The Prince of Egypt is a fantastic movie, even if they aren't Christian or religious or anything like that. They still say it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's like
and
it
this
has
basically
made an impact on you.
it's basically the
So-
same thing. That's got to speak to something.
Yeah, it's
you know
like-
what I
it's
mean?
like-
It's a
it's like
higher
I said.
calling.
It's like
It's
I
like,
said.
come
with
on.
It's like I said, with the passion and that sort of the passion and love put into something, anyone can see it.
Anyone.
Yeah.
It spans even across like religions and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's always interesting, and it has spoken to you. Like you can't disagree from how it has impacted you to a sense. If you go back to watch the same show every week, it's like, come on.
So it's time to talk about what we learned today.
And so what?
Wait,
I'm
I don't
not
know
gonna
the
remember
words.
I'm not going to remember
Lyrics.
the lyrics.
All right,
So
yeah,
let's
here
read the
you guys can
lyrics.
see. All right, time. Stop. It's time to talk about what we've learned today. And
So what we have learned applies to our lives today. God has a lot to say in His book.
So are we gonna do like the whole thing, or are we just gonna stop in the middle?
So
and say,
we know that God's word is for everyone. Now that our song is done, we'll take a look.
Okay, so we are doing the whole thing.
Yeah. Baby, baby, baby.
I was trying to think of something to say in the middle of this. We completely random.
No, that was funny. And then we just continued.
You
Yeah.
remember when Bob briefly enjoyed the song and was sort of like jamming to it a little bit, and then a bunch of sporks came in and stole it and took the disc.
And then there was another time when the song started and he was getting angry and he was gonna go turn it off, but Larry, who's just his Larry boy, aimed right at Bob, fired his plunger ear at him, and then just dragged him back. I like that song. Let it play. And then he only took the ear off him when the song was
As
over.
soon as the song was over.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And what have we learned? What have we learned today,
Veggietales
gentlemen
is-
and gentlemen?
VeggieTales is great. If you love something it's something and are passionate about it, it shows. And
then you will
Like make 10 men
invest
feel like
into it,
make
and
10 men feel like
yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to say it, actually.
Thanks.
And not to mention just how influential media with this amount of popularity is, and how, in awareness of that, you should make sure to incorporate the proper values and proper standards for people to take with them when they consume this media.
And as they grow older.
Right.
Especially
Something that
children.
they'll remember.
Especially children, but if you can make it applicable to all ages, big W, thumbs up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
big
but
time.
children are going to inherit the world each and every time. So why not teach them good things?
Indeed.
That is from the word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or even if it's not directly based from the Bible, make sure that it has make sure that the Bible is the fundamental basis for what you're trying to teach.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
The Minnesota Q stuff and all that.
yeah, because it has like the best values and morals and stuff. It comes from the Bible. What you should and shouldn't do. Just teach kids what they should do. To be good people.
It's good foundation. Good, firm foundation.
Exactly.
Indeed.
And to for another thing, that's why I'm very happy, and we're all very happy to learn about how many adults still love VeggieTales.
I'm gonna have to do some rewatching.
Yeah, you remember the Johnson brothers watched the video on it, and
was so
nice.
nice.
There's a video on showing their friend Veggietales, and I don't know if it was because I was seeing those clips of it or the fact that they were playing Attack on Titan music over it. But I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I did get a little misty.
Yeah.
I
I think I was thinking, is this because of TKT? But Attack on Titan is playing, or
a little bit of both.
what is this coming from my eyes?
Yeah.
It was as soon as the logo came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The logo came up. Oh man.
Yeah,
We love you, VeggieTales.
we love you, Veggietales.
Love
Nostalgia.
VeggieTales.
All right, so did you want to go, Mister?
Wait, go.
So I thought you was going to say
I didn't have.
Oh, we
anything
were all
else to
closing
say.
out with something to say,
Oh.
so
Yeah,
that's all.
I agree with everything you say. I love VeggieTales.
All right,
So, is that it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Now remember, God made you special.
And he loves you very much.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you. Bamboo,
Yeah.
bamboo.
Turtles.
And that's going to do it for this episode of 4G1G. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to let us know your favorite VeggieTales episode, song, or character. Next time, we're switching gears a little, because we'll be posting an episode on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, one of the most beloved anime series out there, and definitely one we've got a lot to say about. Between the story, the characters, the themes, the world building, and everything else that makes it hit as hard as it does, the conversation was a riveting one. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to give it a like and follow us if you're from Spotify or YouTube if you also grew up watching VeggieTales. We hope our podcast made your day a little better and that you have a wonderful Easter celebration. Bye!